Hey race fans, NASCAR Know-It-All here. Mr. Backflip Man, you're going to Homestead for the championship. Carl Edwards wins the Texas 500 last night, and he is moving on to Homestead for the championship 4. To go from wrecking last week in Martinsville, trying to come onto pit road, to winning last night, unbelievable. I mean, nobody is as fit, other than Jimmie Johnson, as Carl Edwards. He knows how to get the job done. And we all know Texas is a great track for Carl Edwards. So, attaboy to the whole 19 Sports Clips Toyota team for stealing the deal. Great calls by Dave Rogers the entire night. Was able to get Carl up there and have a chance to win, and he got the job done. Carl Edwards won over Joey Logano, who was the dominant car of the night, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott, and Kyle Busch, our defending Sprint Cup Series champion. Speaking of my guy Chase Elliott, the day didn't really start off well for us. He began the day not feeling well. He had some flu-like symptoms, and I was a little bit worried he wouldn't get to run the race. We had Justin Allgaier on standby, but when he climbed in the car and he was racing, he told Alan Gustafson, "I'm staying in the rest of the race. Tell Allgaier you can enjoy himself and the coach. I'm going at it the entire night," and I'm super proud of him. He's one tough customer at age 20. That's unbelievable, and I'm really proud of him. I mean, Texas was really nice to us this year. We finished 5th here in the spring, got our first top 5, and we finished 4th this time, so it's a really good run. And to all the NASCAR fans for staying up that late for the race, that's unbelievable. And if you're all wondering why was it a late race, well, it was supposed to start at 2 o'clock, but because of rain, it got delayed for a couple of hours, and then they finally got underway around 8 o'clock. And they had a competition caution at lap 28, and then they ran a few laps, and it was mostly a clean late race for the most part, except for towards the end, before the rains came, Austin Dillon, our pole sitter, got bumped from behind by Kevin Harvick and got forced into the wall, which collected Casey Mears with an incredible hard hit into the grass, and Brian Scott spun around, but no damage done. Dillon definitely had a fast race car, and I felt like he could have had a chance of maybe winning the thing. In the garage, he was really upset with Kevin Harvick, saying he just flat out dumped me and put me in the wall. And he says, I guess Harvick just can't stand right around the car that he used to drive, which was then the 29 car, after he left in 2013. And, I mean, I don't blame Dillon. I'd be upset. But I watched the replay, and I don't really feel like Kevin Harvick intentionally bumped into the 3 car. I mean, they're racing for position, of course, because Harvick is racing for a championship. Dillon's just going for wins. But, I mean, it didn't look like Harvick was trying to wreck the guy. I mean, he doesn't want to do that. I mean, he has done it before, but he doesn't want to do that when he's in the middle of a championship hunt, does he? I doubt it. Now, he finished 6th, Kevin Harvick did, but unfortunately, he's still outside the cut line going into Phoenix, but we all know what's going to happen at Phoenix. He's going to be in victory lane, and because he's the king of Phoenix. Now, if you remember what happened this year, he won, but wasn't by a lot, not by a 2-second lead. It was by the same margin of finish of the Daytona 500 against Carl Edwards. So, Harvick is lucky that Phoenix is coming up, and it's his opportunity to go to Homestead. Now, as for teammate Kurt Busch, he must win Phoenix if he's going to go to Homestead for the championship. He's back by 34 points after he had a struggle last night. His car was terrible, and I don't know what Tony Gibson made to the car, any adjustments. It didn't work. It did not work, and now he's got to go to Phoenix. He has to win, or else he's not going to be in the Final Four Homestead. So, going into Phoenix, the only 2 that are safe based on wins are Jimmie Johnson and Carl Edwards. The 2 atop of the cut line via points are Joey Logano and Matt Kenseth. Shocker. Now, below the cut line is our defending Sprint Cup champion Kyle Busch by 1 mere point. Denny Hamlin's only back by 6 or 7 points. Harvick is back by at least almost 20 points. But we all know Phoenix is his opportunity to win. But for Kurt Busch, he must win Phoenix if he's going to be in this championship 4. So anything's possible next weekend. It'll be the elimination race. Who's going to Homestead? Who's going to be left on the outside looking in? Anything's possible. All you got to do is tune in next weekend on NBC, and you'll find out who's in victory lane, who's going to Homestead, and who's competing for that championship. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Put a good like in this video if you enjoyed it. Have a nice Monday, and enjoy voting for the President of the United States tomorrow. I get to vote. Bye.